अभी हम वॉक पे जा रहे हैं। ये डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन जो है ये अभी सब जगह पे आप देख सकते हैं कि कितनी बड़ी लोगों की तादाद है यहाँ पे। मैं अभी मिडल में हूँ, अगर मैं पीछे हूँ तो मैं आपको दिखा सकती हूँ, या मैं ट्राई करती हूँ आगे जाने की और फिर मैं वहाँ से कवर करूँगी आप इंशाल्लाह। ये कवंट्री की हाई स्ट्रीट है। People are going back to home. I think nobody will be there. और अच्छा जहाँ से हम चले थे तकरीबन वहाँ पे पहुँचने वाले हैं, बल्कि पहुँच ही गए हैं। प्राइम मार्केट के सामने था ये। शुरू प्रोटेस्ट यहाँ से हुआ था। ये देखें वही वाली जगह जहाँ से हम चले थे। जो बहुत सारे लोग हैं ना प्रोटेस्टर, वो चले गए हैं। लेट मी सी, मैं आगे जाके देखती हूँ कि कितने सारे लोग यहाँ पे हैं। तो बहुत थक गई हूँ। ये डिसेबल बंदे के लिए थोड़ा ही है।
Now, we have to do this, and with the hearts, we've got to just keep screaming of one thing and let the whole city of Coventry, everyone's out doing the shopping, everyone's out doing the thing, and we're just going to let them know today, free Palestine! Thank you guys. And you know what? There's one question somebody asked me one time, which was from last week, and that was when somebody asked me about, why am I here today? Why am I here today? And I said, why can't I be here today? I mean, you know, you don't have to be a Muslim to support Palestine. You don't have to be Palestinian.
ये सिख भाई है जो ये यहाँ पे खड़ा है, माशाल्लाह।
My heart is really emotional seeing everybody here in unity and solidarity, and we are going to do this, and we are going to stand for Palestine with our heart. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Thank you, my people, my brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Thank you. And this event, this protest, this demonstration wouldn't have been possible today without the work of all of you working in your communities and advertising it. So thank you. We are one Coventry. We are one with you. Right. The last.
Because it was okay before.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
We're going to buy a new one.
Oh, is it? Let's raise some money now. Put it on there. Everyone just...
Can everyone hear me?
No. Yeah.
Yeah? They said, they told me to just make a quick dua, so I want everyone to just raise their hands and just think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is our Khaliq, and He is the one that can make the impossible possible. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. اللهم إني أصلح أحوال المسلمين في فلسطين. اللهم إني أصلح أحوال المسلمين في فلسطين. اللهم إني أصلح أحوال المسلمين في فلسطين.
Raise your hand.
Forgive our sins, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, forgive our sins, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, accept our protest, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, accept our protest, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, protect the children in Palestine, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, protect the children in Gaza, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, protect the families in Gaza, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, protect the families in Palestine, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman. Ya Rahman, we only call for you for your help, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, help the oppressors, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, help the oppressed, Ya Allah. The people who are oppressed, Ya Allah, help them, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, protect the families that were exiled from their homes, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, protect the families that were exiled from their homes, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, forgive our sins, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, forgive our sins, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, break the hands of the oppressors, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, break the hands of the oppressors, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Free Palestine, Ya Allah. Free Palestine, Ya Allah. Free Palestine, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. End the zulm, Ya Allah. End the oppression on the whole entire world, Ya Allah. The children, the families, the mothers, the fathers. Ya Allah, protect them all, Ya Allah. Ya Rahman. Ya Allah, we call to you, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, answer our dua, Ya Allah. Accept our dua, Ya Allah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. آمين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. جزاكم الله.
Her name is Sabab. Please give her.
This is not going to be an easy job because the batteries are failing in the loudspeakers. So my first question to you is simply this. Can you hear me? Wonderful, wonderful. I'm the Vice President of Coventry Trade Union Council. My name is Darrell Cousins. I'm a member of the Labour Party. I'm a trade unionist, but most of all, I'm a socialist. In the words, to paraphrase the words of Martin Luther King, don't judge me by my appearance, but judge me by the content of the words that I want to share with you. The famous Russian revolutionary Lenin said that capitalism was horror without end. What the capitalist state in Israel has wreaked upon the population of Gaza is certainly horror without end. Yet even before the bombing started, as people have testified before, Gaza was living in a state which was in itself horror without end, which has been made worse by the bombing. People have talked about what life is like in Gaza. Look at the facts. More than 50% of the population are unemployed. More than 50% of the population live below the poverty line. Gaza to enter Gaza, there are 7 entry points. 6 are controlled by the state of Israel. Gaza doesn't have an airport. It doesn't have a seaport. In effect, for the 2 million inhabitants of Gaza, it is like living in an open-air prison. That's the reality of life there. The World Health Organization said when the pandemic arrived in Gaza, it had become a nightmare within a nightmare. And that's an accurate description of life there. But let's look at the other side in the state of Israel. 9 million people in the state of Israel. Let me give you some facts. 2 million people in the state of Israel live below the poverty line. That's 23% of all the citizens of Israel. More than 3 in 10 workers live on the minimum wage in Israel. One-fifth, 20% of the population of Israel have to have resort to food banks because of food insecurity. The point I am making is this. There is horror for the Palestinians in Gaza, and for sections of Israeli society, there is also horror for them. And what is that horror? It is the horror of capitalism, which means horror without end, which means misery without end. On the other scale, in Israel, there are 21 billionaires. Benjamin Netanyahu is referred to as King Bibi. But what does King Bibi spend each year of public funds? Thousands of dollars on his hair, on makeup, and on ice cream. So while citizens of Israel starve, Benjamin Netanyahu and the rest of the ruling class in Israel live a lifestyle of luxury. As a socialist, I want to ask one simple question. The Hashemite kingdom in Jordan has had 60 to 70 years to solve the issue of Palestine. The regime in Syria has had 50 to 60 to 70 years to solve the same problem. The Sisi regime in Egypt and the regimes before the Sisi regime have had the opportunity to solve the problem of Palestine and give the Palestinians a justified and decent standard of living and freedom. And they have all failed to do so. Appeals to the United States will fall on deaf ears, because Israel was created as a client state of American imperialism. Therefore, Israel is the voice of Western capitalism in the Middle East. So if the people, if the regimes around Palestine will not solve the problem, Western imperialism will not solve the issues of Palestinians, who is going to solve them? In my opinion, as a socialist, there is only one force that can come to the fore. And that force is the ordinary people of Gaza, the Palestinians, the ordinary people of Israel, uniting as one brotherhood of one Semitic people, both Arab and Jewish, to solve the problems by working together. That will not happen under capitalism. Let me finish this with this slogan. For those of you who speak...
You have to then.
Can we have the head steward round here, please?
To finish off, for those of you who understand Arabic, during the Arab Spring of 2011, the slogan arose: Thawra Tunis, Thawra Masr, Thawra Hata'un Nasr. In other words, Revolution Tunis, Revolution Egypt, Revolution to the end. The only way to solve the problem of Palestine, which is impossible on a capitalist basis, is by carrying through a socialist revolution for the benefit of all the inhabitants of the region. Thank you, sisters and brothers.
We are being defeated with our sound system, so we've got two very short contributions and then we'll be dispersing. So I'm sorry if other people want to speak, but it's very difficult.
Yes. Please give her 5 minutes.
I'm a Palestinian and I would like to speak.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum everyone.
Wa alaikum assalam. She's my student,
I
Sabah.
just want to say thank you to everyone who's showing their support. Sorry. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's showing their support. This is more than a protest. This is more than coming out of your homes and protesting. Sorry. This is more than a protest.
Can you socially distance, please?
Okay, can you hear me now? Just to say that we've had a request to make sure that people are socially distanced. I know people are bunching together because they can't hear, but you must socially distance. COVID is still around and our communities are still at threat. So if you can make some space, that would be great. And if you've got a mask, make sure you wear it. I'm sorry about that, but we do need to comply with COVID security and that. So if you can just make a bit of space. We are coming to the close now.
Everybody move back.
I just wanted to say that this
Can I see her? I can't see her, please. I can't see
We're
her.
all out here and thank you so much. But to all
the parents, when you go to sleep tonight and when you kiss your children good night, you're not going to wake up with the fear of them being blown up. To all the children, you will see your parents in the morning. To all the children, you will get to go to school. You will get to have a career for yourself. To all the women, you don't need to be afraid of being raped by the opposite people. The Prophet ﷺ has said that the Muslim Ummah is like one body. When one part bleeds, the whole body bleeds. And today, we will bleed with Palestine. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Palestine! Free, free 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 Palestine!
अब ये जो लड़की आई है ये कहती है मैं फ़लस्तीन से हूँ तो ये इसमें
Okay, bear with me, I'm a bit nervous. But I am a Palestinian. I was born in this country, and the only reason I can visit Palestine is because I'm British, and not because I'm Palestinian. And Jews across the world get to go to Palestine and live in Palestine in my ancestors' lands. How is that fair? Shame on them. And I was under attack for 2 weeks. And when Israel got under attack, then the BBC decided to speak. Because we are not important to them. We are nothing. Our blood, our kids, our rights. We have no rights as Palestinians.
She's very emotional.
How is that okay? You think it's going to be solved? The Palestinians are still living in terror, and that's not going to be solved by a ceasefire. The Palestinians are living in terror in Israel, in the West Bank, and mostly in Gaza. They are still under siege. When is that going to be solved? When?
Son!
I'm tired.
Son!
I'm getting angry year after year. In 2014, when the massacre happened in Gaza, I was 20. Now I'm 27 and I have 2 children. It hits different.
Oh my God.
Don't you feel it? It hits different when I see all these kids murdered. That could have been me. That could have been my family. But nobody cares. We just go to protest, go #Free Palestine. Nothing is solved.
She's shaking. Look her. She's very
And I'm
emotional.
not even a Palestinian that feels their struggle. I live my life here. I am privileged. I don't feel their struggle. I feel bad sometimes to say I'm Palestinian because I live here. I don't feel their struggle. But my parents are Palestinian and my grandparents are Palestinian. And they left their land and they can never say we're Palestinians by nationality. And then they say, oh, the two-state solution. Nothing happened. Palestine does not exist in reality. It's all Israel.
Excuse
they
me,
control
will you please
everything.
cover her from front? Will you please take this one? No,
Free, free Palestine! Free, free
Palestine!
Free, free
Palestine!
I hope one day this is over, and I know it will be over. And I want to say, there is still hope! There is still hope! There is still hope!
Inshallah. Very emotional was she.
I just wanted to say, as a bunch of Muslim youth of this community, we don't stand for what's happening right now. We have grown up watching the terrorists happening to Palestine, and now over and over again, and now as teenagers and adults, we're still having to watch the terrorists happening. We're still having to watch the Israelis take them out to the homes of Palestinians. It's not right. We were taught about the human values and what's happening.